Hello guys, Way here and welcome back to another FIFA 17 Ultimate Team video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I've made over 6 million coins, as you can see on screen right now, from trading and investing this year on FIFA 17. Now that seems like a huge amount of coins. There are people who have made 50, even 60 million coins using some of the methods that I'm going to show you in this video right here, and they're the best ways of making coins. I'm going to be covering a few trading methods and sniping filters that I've used, but mainly this is going to be focused on 3 different types of investing that I've done to make huge amounts of coins this year, and hopefully by following these tips and advice you are going to be able to make a huge amount of coins as well. And I've managed to make, probably over the last month or so, over 1 million coins by doing one particular type of investing, and I'll be covering that at the end of this video right here. You guys may already know about it. I have done a video on it before, but basically in this video I'm going to be covering everything that I know about trading and investing from this year, everything I've learned about it, all the best tips and all my best advice that I've found to hopefully help you guys make a really good amount of coins. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you could leave a like on it, that would be awesome, because I have put a load of effort into this video, and it is a pretty big video. It's covering everything that I really know about investing on this game, and it should definitely help you guys out. I mean, I've got people commenting on my videos telling me that they've made over 1 million coins by following some of my trading and investing tips, which is always great to see, and hopefully this is going to help you guys out and help more of you make a lot of coins on FIFA 17. So without further ado, let's go on into the video. Now, over the course of FIFA 17, I've done 4 different things to be able to make over 6 million coins on Ultimate Team. Now, the first thing is trading / investing, and although a lot of you will probably think that's what's made me the most coins on Ultimate Team, as that's kind of what my channel is based on, most of my videos are either trading or sniping content, you'd actually be incorrect, because I've only made 1 million coins or so this year from trading, and although that does seem like a lot, in comparison to what I've made from investing, which is around 5.5 million coins, it's not really that much. And it does take a lot of effort, a lot of time to be able to make a large amount of coins from trading and sniping. And since I play football almost every single day, I have school, a lot of homework as well when I get back, and obviously have to make and edit my videos, I don't really have the time to spend a lot of time trading or sniping. So that's why I prefer investing. You can make a lot more coins from investing, and it's basically through 3 different types of investing that I've made so many coins on Ultimate Team. Now, I'm not really going to be covering too many trading methods or trading techniques in this video right here, because there are so many different ways of making coins with trading and sniping on FIFA 17 that it would just take about 2 hours to do a whole video going in depth on the trading methods. But I have already done 20-minute long videos on pretty much every single trading method on FIFA 17 that I've found so far, and I'll leave an annotation in the top right hand corner. You guys can go and check out the full playlist of all of my trading videos on this game, so if you guys do want to just go and find a specific trading method on that list that suits your budget, you'll be able to find one there. What I want to cover in this video is investing, as that's what's made me the majority of my coins on FIFA 17. Now, what I did to start off this game is I spent around, I think, 6,000 FIFA points, which got me about 100k, and I then used that 100,000 coins to trade up to about 500k, and with those 500,000 coins, which I got in probably the first week or so of Ultimate Team, I started investing. So from then, I just used my coins for investing. I've made a few coins along the way with trading, mainly for my videos, but the majority of my coins have come from investing, and as said earlier on, 3 different types. Now, the first one is Scoreboard Challenge, or SBC investing, so investing for Player of the Month, Guaranteed Inform SBCs, or any other Scoreboard Challenges that I thought EA could potentially release, including marquee matchups and also specific milestone SBCs for certain players and some other particular SBCs that EA have released. Next up, I've got Inform investing. That's something I do every single week. I go out and pick up a few Informs from the team of the week. Their prices go up and I sell them on in the future. It's very easy, no risk investing, and I make a lot of coins from doing that, and it's so easy. And every single week I release videos telling you guys the best Informs to go and pick up to make coins on, so hopefully those videos do help you guys out. And I'll leave an annotation in the top right corner of the video to yesterday's video, where I did actually cover the best Informs to invest in from this week's current team of the week. And also the final way of investing, which is the one that's made me the most coins, is one to watch investing. It is so easy, and I will be explaining that throughout this video. I have already done a video on it in the past. I'll leave an annotation in the top right corner of this video right here if you do want to go and check that out, which is a very in-depth video with lots of examples. But I do have examples in this. I've got lots of different advice, lots of different tips on that method, which has probably made me around 4 or 5 million coins on this game. One to watch investing is absolutely insane. The amount of coins you can make from it is ridiculous, and it's just so easy. I do it every single week, and I probably make around 100 to 200,000 coins each weekend by doing one-to-watch investing. It's so easy, and I'm going to be covering that in this video right here. So without further ado, let's go on into some examples of all three of those different types of investing. As said, I'm not really going to be covering trading, as I've not made too many coins in comparison to investing with trading, and I have already covered a lot of trading on my channel. So as said earlier on, go and check out the trading playlist if you want to see any trading methods. Without further ado, let's go on into a few different examples of different players that I've used and different investment techniques I've used to make coins on FIFA 17. I'm going to start off by showing you guys some of the best investments that I've picked up throughout FIFA 17, and we're going to start off with some informed cards. We've got Mateo Kovacic, got him for 18.5k, and I sold him for 37,500 coins a few weeks later. Yuri Tielemans, got him for just over 10k, ended up selling him on for 27,000 coins. Actually got about 5 or 6 of this guy during Team of the Year, made really good profit there. Manolo Gabbiadini, got him for 25,500 coins, and I sold him 2 weeks later for 45k. Very easy profit there. Also managed to get a Gile for 9.9k during Team of the Year. Ended up actually getting quite a few of this guy. Sold him for 25,000 coins. Again, very nice profit there. Moving on to some SBC investments. I don't really have many examples to show you because normally I sell these on very quickly and don't really take any screenshots of them. But just one of the best ones I've got recently is in Ballo. 150 coins I got him for before the Calcio A SBC came out. Then I sold him on for 7.5k as he's the only Palermo left mid on the game. Next up, moving on to the best investing on FIFA 17 in my opinion, one-to-watch investing. Right there, made around 20,000 coins profit on a one-to-watch Van Aanholt. Next up, Julian Draxler, got him for 108,000 coins, and as you see here, sold him for 187k, making around 75k profit. That was after he scored against Barcelona. Next up, we've got Memphis Depay. I got 3 of this guy for around 40k, and I sold him on for 47.5k before his latest game, I do believe. Next up, we've got John Stones, going for 24,500 coins, sold him on today for 33k before the game started. Easy profit right there. Also got a Gagliardini again today, gone for 10,000 coins, and I ended up selling him for 32.5k after he scored. Very easy profit there. Next up, you guys are going to be seeing my transfer list, and this is my transfer list today. I've made a good amount of coins this weekend by selling on these cards. Marquinhos, I made around 10k on him. He's a card that I picked up a few weeks ago. Jesse Rodriguez right there, I made around 10k on him, got him for 25k. If you do want to go and check out pictures of these cards on my Twitter, you'll see what I got these cards for, the majority of them, as I do tweet out a lot of pictures of my investments. And most of the cards you see here, I'm making about 5k on because I pick these up during the midweek when they're cheap, and then I sell them on before games for some very easy profit. And you guys are going to see my transfer list here with a lot of different investments. I've got inform investments for player of the month. I've got high rated cards like Castro that I got very cheaply as inform investments for SBCs. Berg is for player of the month in case Ibrahimovic plays well in the future. We've got cheap 84s like Glick and Asensio. A lot of Bundesliga silver players from some of the worst teams in the Bundesliga for the Bundesliga SBC in the future, and then a few different special cards for future SBCs, as well as a few Irish players. So those are my investments that I currently have, and I invest in a lot of players, keep them on my transfer list and keep them on my transfer targets, so that in the future I can sell those cards on and make really good profit. So now that you guys have seen just how effectively these 3 different investment techniques can work, I'm going to be showing you in depth how each of them work and how you guys need to do them each week to make some really good coins. Now the first one is one-to-watch investing, and that's what's made me the most coins on FIFA 17. It's my favourite way of making coins, and it works so well. Now all you need to do is pick up a certain one-to-watch card. Doesn't really matter who they are, because nearly all of the one-to-watch cards, unless they're injured like Gabriel Jesus, will go up a lot before games, and if they play well, will go up even more. So I will show you guys some of my favourite ones to trade with, but the basic kind of gist of the method is you pick up the card when it's at its cheapest. Normally, either of the players played badly, for example, if they got subbed off, didn't play, or maybe got sent off or something like that, then they're going to be very cheap after the game. That's a good time to pick them up. Or just during midweek, you'll often see the cards at their cheapest. Now before games, they rise up in price as people go and buy these cards, and very often you'll see cards go up by about 10,000 coins or so just before games, and you can sell them for no risk at all and make very easy profit before games, or you can keep hold of the cards, and if they perform well, their prices go up massively. Now some of my favourite players to trade with one-to-watch investing are Nyang. He's a great one. He normally goes for about 27,000 coins, and he goes up to about 35k before games, and if he plays well, goes to about 50,000 coins. John Stones is a great one. he normally is around 25,000 coins. He goes up to around 35k before games and around 50k if he scores, if he keeps a clean sheet and plays really well. Also, players like Sane, they're very, very good. If you can get someone like Sane for around 50k or so, his price goes up hugely to about 70k before games because he's very, very hyped up. He's a great player to trade with, one of my favourites by far. I've made a lot of coins off him. Also, you've got Sansone from Villarreal. He's a great player to trade with, normally about 25k and goes up to about 40k if he scores. Jesse Rodriguez is pretty much the same, goes for about 25k, goes up to about 35k before games, and if he scores, he goes up normally to around about 40 or 50,000 coins. Gerard Deulofeu is a great player to trade with as well. Often he goes for around 30k. Before games he goes up to about 40k and you can sell him for around 50,000 coins if he scores. Younes Mali's a great player as well. He normally goes for around 19 to 20k. Before games he goes up to about 25 or 26, and if he gets an assist or scores, goes to over 30,000 coins. Untap's a good one. You can get him for about 20k, sell him for about 30k before games. Gagliardini's great. You can get him for around 17 to 18k, and before games sell him for 25k. I sold one for around 35k today after he scored a goal in a 5-1 victory. There's so many different players you can trade with. Payet's a good one as well. You've got Sanson, who plays for Marseille. He's a good one to trade with. Eric Bailly's good. Mustafi's good. Pretty much all of them are good players to trade with, other than the more expensive ones like Pogba, as very often his price is so inflated beforehand that you'll lose out on coins if you do sell him on, even if his price goes up by about 50k or so because of EA tax and because of the high price he already sells for. And players who are injured like Gabriel Jesus, they're obviously not good ones to trade with. But so you can trade with Sacco, Van Aanholt, just pretty much any of the different one-to-watch cards. They're so easy to trade with. And I have already done a video on one-to-watch investing. And if you guys do want to know more about this method and kind of get some more in-depth examples and advice, I'll leave an annotation in the top right-hand corner of the video. Definitely do go and check out that video right there. But just show you guys a few examples. If we go with someone like Nyang, I'll go and pick up a Nyang right now, as he's got a good card on Ultimate Team. He's a player who, if he scores and maybe gets an inform, his price is going to go up a lot, as lots of people would want to use that inform card. And if we look on the market right now, he didn't have the best of games at all on the weekend. He played right wing back, I believe. Normally he plays on the wing, and he didn't really have the best of games at all. So his price has gone down a lot. Right now, you can get him for 24,000 coins. That is an absolute bargain, because you guys saw earlier on, I was selling him for about 34k a couple of hours before the game kicked off on the weekend. And you can make really good coins just by getting a card like this. And in a week's time, I can sell him for 10k profit before the game. What I normally do is I sell some of my cards before the game for guaranteed profit, and then I keep a few of the cards that I'm investing in throughout the game, and if they score, their prices go up a lot. So right there, we've got a Nyang for around 24,000 coins, and his price is very low right now because he didn't have the best of performances. I currently have a lot of Nyangs on my transfer list. I've got one in my club as well, just because he's such a good player to trade with. I've got a couple of him ready if he scores and ready before he plays as well. If you look for someone like Mali as well, his price is normally quite low after games. Currently, I think he's around 20k. If he's dropped below 20,000 coins, always a good time to pick him up. He has risen up slightly right now, maybe about 22k or so. You've got people like Bailey as well, who plays for Bayer Leverkusen. You've got Gonçalo Guedes, who plays for PSG. There are so many different cards. Right now, you can get Mali for around 23,000 coins, and you could easily see his price going to just under 30k before games, and if he plays well, his price goes up even more. So he's a really good player to trade with. You guys have seen examples beforehand that I've shown you on screen with the graphs of the player prices, which show just how much these cards do go up in price. And you can trade with pretty much any one-to-watch card. The basic kind of gist of the method though, you buy them when they're cheap. You can either sell before games, sell into the hype and make guaranteed profit, or you can sell during the game if the player plays well. Also, what you can actually do is, as soon as the player scores who's got a one-to-watch card, let's say for example Jesse Rodriguez scores for Las Palmas, the second he scores, you've got to be on your console and watching the game. You want to get the card within about 10 seconds or so of them scoring. If you manage to get that card, his price won't have gone up too much, and you can sell about 5 minutes later and make a really good profit. I've done that in the past with players like Gagliardini. It's worked very, very well. And if you guys do go and check out my one-to-watch investing video that I have done in the past, you'll see examples with Gagliardini where I made over 150,000 coins in about 10 minutes by trading with Gagliardini. It's so easy, and that's basically it for one-to-watch investing. Do go and check out the video. I'll leave a link in the description down below, as it does show this with more examples and covers it a bit more in depth. when it comes to examples, and it just shows a lot more different tips and advice for this method, as I can't cover it all in this video or else it would be over an hour long. Now moving on to the second type of investing that I mentioned earlier on, which was inform investing, and this is something that I do every single week. I go through the team of the week and I invest in players I think will go up in price. Now normally there are a good 5 or 6 players in each team of the week that are good investments you can pick up, and I do videos on this every single weekend, so if you guys do want to know the best investments to make right now when you're watching this video, if you watch it when it's been uploaded, then go and check out the video which I think I left an annotation to earlier on in the video, and there'll be a link down below to that anyway as well. You can go and check that out, and basically I do a video each week showing you guys the best informed investments to get. So for example, someone like Ruli, who I've picked up from this week's team of the week, I got him for 15,000 coins, and since he's only in the team of the week for a week, his price is going to go up in the future as he's going to be rarer. He will no longer be in packs, and as the best Argentine keeper currently on the game and with a very, very good card, his price will go up very, very easily there. Players like Castro, they're really useful as you can get them cheaply, and their prices go up a lot because of the hype for SBCs. People will go and get a high rated inform like this card here, and his price naturally rises over time, as he can be very useful for SBCs, especially if someone like David Silva or a Spanish player plays very, very well in the Premier League, and the player of the month hype around that card is going to boost up the price of informs from those nationalities. That's why investing in informs, for example, you saw early on with players like Gillet and Tielemans, getting cards like that, I got them for very, very cheap, and they were going for about 10k. When Lukaku started playing well, and now a lot of people think he's going to win the Player of the Month award, those cards went up a lot in price. If you can get cards from good nationalities, and from nationalities where there are good strikers and attacking players in the Premier League who are likely to score a lot of goals, you can't go wrong there. Victor Valdez, he's another example. If you can get high rated informs, especially from good leagues, they always go up in price, going for around 11k, and I actually have so many of him. I probably have around 10 Valdez's, and right now he actually goes for around 17,000 coins, and he was only in packs 2 weeks ago, so his price has gone up a lot right there. Bentaleb's another example. Carrasco, he's a player I got very cheaply, got him for 10,000 coins or so, and his price will go up in the future as he's a high rated inform right there. Semedo, one of the best right backs on this game, and I got him for 18k. His price will naturally rise up in the future. It just happens with loads of informs. You guys saw earlier on with some of the players I picked up. People like Marquinhos, I got him for I believe 56k, sold him for 70k, just because he was no longer in packs and there was a high demand for him, so his price rose up. And basically all you need to do is just go and get some good informs that you can get quite cheaply. Normally what I do is I invest in any of the discard price informs in each team of the week. So lots of these cards you're seeing here are all discard price informs that I get for around 10,000 coins or so. They're so cheap, and their prices go up in the future. For example, if you look for Valdez, let's say Sanchez has a really good month and a lot of people think he could win the Player of the Month award, a card like Valdez will go up in price. You've got people like Brooks. I got him as he is now one of the best centre-backs in the Bundesliga, and also he is the best non-legend centre-back who is from the USA on FIFA, and he is very, very cheap right there. You've got people like Westwood. I got him for 11k. Right now he goes for around about 17k or so because of the St. Patrick's Day hype for a St. Patrick's Day SBC. Actually, he's around 20,000 coins. His price has gone up even more right there. And normally, as I said, I just invest in any of the discard price informs and special cards that come out each week. So Mbemba got in for around discard price. All these cards here, and they just naturally go up in price. Most of the cards down here have now risen up a really good amount in price, and also get cards like Piazza, any of those cool different special cards that come out that aren't in packs for a long time at all, especially the man of the match cards, their prices go up a lot. Keane, he now goes for around 15k, I got him for 10k when he came out. Someone like Julian right here, I got him for just over 10,000 coins, they're nearly 11k. He now goes for around 13k, and he was only in packs around about a week or so ago, and he's already gone up a lot in price. Gnabry's one I've gone and got as well. We've got people like Matthew Ryan and Dahoud, cheap cards like Movember cards. They're always useful for SBCs, so I invest in those cards. And then I've got lots of different one to watch cards down here, different special cards as well. So normally all I do is I invest in cheap different informs that I can get for around discard price, especially cards like this. They're around 10,000 coins, 9.9k if you can get them on bid. I get these each week. Their prices go up in the future for SBCs, and just with the increased demand of them as they're no longer in packs, these cards rise up in price. It's no risk, it's very, very easy, and it makes a really, really good amount of coins. I often also get any good cards that are quite cheap. So if you see, for example, you saw earlier on a few examples with some informs I picked up. For example, Grimaldo, when he was originally released, he was going for around 12k, and his price actually went up to about 20k, as he's got a really good card, but he was quite cheap as he didn't play in the best of leagues. But when people realised he was good, his price went up, and it's the same with someone like, whereabouts is he, Semedo. His price will go up a lot in the future as people realise just how good he is, but he'll no longer be in packs, so his price is going to rise up. And it's so easy. And I do videos on this every single week, so you guys just need to go and check them out, and it's going to make you some guaranteed profit on Ultimate Team. Now, the final type of investing that I use on Ultimate Team, as I mentioned earlier on, is SBC investing. Investing for scoreboard challenges, and it's very, very easy. You can invest for marquee matchups. Normally, I do videos each week on the best marquee matchup investments, and you will see that with a lot of the different investment methods I use in this video. I do videos each month or each week on the best investments you can pick up. Player of the Month is another really good SBC you can invest in, and normally every single month I bring out an investment guide showing you the best players to pick up for that. Also, you've got a lot of different random SBCs which often come out, and again, I normally do videos on these. So for example, Foot Birthday, there's likely to be an SBC for that. St. Patrick's Day as well, likely to be an SBC for that. And you've got a lot of other things like guaranteed one to watch and guaranteed inform SBCs that come out at certain periods of Ultimate Team, maybe in conjunction with Team of the Year, Team of the Season, Black Friday and things like that. And again, I bring out videos whenever those things come out on Ultimate Team to help you guys make coins. So it's very easy. If you watch my videos and follow the advice I give in those, you will normally be able to make a really good amount of coins. But I'm going to be covering a couple of different types of SBC investing in this video here. Also, there's League Scoreboard Challenge investing, and that's what I've made a really good amount of coins from, and that's what I'm going to be covering first. So, as you may know, there are a lot of different League SBCs on Ultimate Team. I'll leave a link down below to different videos that I have already done on this, covering different leagues, which go into a lot of depth on the different investments, as those videos are around 25 minutes long each and show a lot of different in-depth help and in-depth tips on those different investments. But basically all you need to do is go and invest in certain leagues for League SBCs. We've had people like Lacazette, Jonas, Giovinco, all those different League SBCs come out in the past, and there's going to be ones for the majority of the leagues on Ultimate Team. So for example, the Bundesliga, there's likely to be a Bundesliga SBC. So I've gone out and picked up a lot of the silver cards from some of the worst teams which don't have many gold cards, so the silver cards are going to go up a lot more in price. I've gone and picked up the majority of the cards from those teams in the Bundesliga, so you guys can see here, teams like Ingolstadt, teams like Freiburg, teams like RB Leipzig, I've picked up the majority of their silver cards. If you go and look maybe at the Saudi League or the Australian League, again, I have the majority of the silver cards from those leagues. If you look for the Darryl Jamil League right here, which is the Saudi League, I have, I think, every single silver player. I've gone and picked up these cards, and I've made a good amount of coins already on them as their prices have gone up. But if an SBC comes out, these cards I'm getting for around 200 or 150 coins, and their prices, as you saw earlier on with a few examples, I got a card for 150 coins who went up to 7k. These cards can easily go up to 2,000 or 3,000 coins each, sometimes even more, and make a huge amount of coins on them. You do have to be patient, but if you just go and get most of the silver cards from a lot of the different leagues on Ultimate Team, you can make some really, really good profit. And as I said, I have covered this in videos in the past, which go into more depth on this, but just as the basics really, you want to go and invest in at these different silver cards, because they're normally very, very rare when an SBC comes out. Don't go and invest in a team that's got a lot of gold cards. You want to invest in teams that have silver cards, normally some of the worst teams in the specific league you're investing in, and their cards go up a lot in price. So if you see here, this is the Hyundai League. Again, I've got the majority of the silver cards from this league, as their prices will go up a lot if an SBC comes out for the Hyundai League. It's very, very simple. I've done this in the past and made really good profit on it. It's a very, very easy way of investing. Next up, we've got Player of the Month investments, and I have covered this already for this month with the Lukaku and Harry Kane potential SBCs we could see for Player of the Month. All you need to do is go and get players who play for the same nation or play for the same league, or just maybe informs as well from the same league and nation for a player who's played very well. So for example, Lukaku has had a great month so far, and he's very likely to win the Player of the Month award. So I went and got people like Gilles, Tielemans, Dendoncker, cheap Belgian informs, and also I got high rated informs from the Premier League and high rated cards from the Premier League in general. So Victor Valdez and Llorente, they were good inform investments. And then people like Company, Payet, Fabregas, just high rated cards like that. I'm only going over the basics of this method right here, as I do make videos every single month on this, and I will leave a link down below to this month's one so you guys can go and get some investments if you want. But basically, just get high rated cards, 84s, 83s, 85s from the Premier League, and you can make some good coins on those. But again, check out the main video that I did on this month. It's going to cover the basics, and it's going to show you guys a bit more in-depth kind of tips on this method right here. But it's pretty easy and can make you some good coins. Also, we've got marquee matchup investments, and for this, again, I make videos each week on this, but you're investing for different games that could be included in the marquee matchups, and you go and get players from the teams that could potentially be included, and that can make you some good coins. I do make videos though each week covering that, and it's very, very easy. You go and get the cards, you can sell them on and make some very, very easy profit. So that is this type of investing covered. I normally go and get some 84 rated cards whenever they're at their cheapest. If you keep an eye on sites like Footbin or Footwiz, you can see the prices of the cards, and what I normally do is whenever I see these cards reach the lowest point I've seen for a while, so for example when I saw 84 rated cards reach around 1,000 coins or so, I went and picked them up. So we've got people like Carvalho, Subasic. These cards are really useful if there's an SBC for a guaranteed inform in the future that needs an 84 rating, which is something we've seen a lot in the past on Ultimate Team. And these cards here, I normally just get them when they're at their cheapest, really. If you keep an eye on websites like Footbin, you can see their prices, as I said. So I just went and got a load of the 84 rated cards for around 1k or so. And in the future, these cards will go up to about 3k once an SBC is released. We've got some Valdez's that I got on bid when he was in the team of the week, and now he's about 15k, so that's good profit I'm making on those ones. And I'm just going to wait for Player of the Month to sell those cards on. We've got cards like Berisha right here, an inform from this week's team of the week that I've got very, very cheaply. His price will rise up in the future. And also I've got some investments for the Japanese League SBC that's currently out, and I'm just waiting for the card to get a little bit rarer on the market as more people complete the SBC, so I can then sell these cards on for profit. That Gagliardini's one that sold on for 35k today. You saw earlier on he was going for about 20k. That's just one that I had right there when I was checking his price. And then Ryan, we managed to get one of him for about 9.9k, very cheap for a Movember card, and you can get cards like that on bid. And basically, you just need to keep the cards in your club, and at some point they'll be more expensive than what you got them for, because at some point there'll be an SBC that maybe needs Movember cards, that needs 84 rated cards, anything like that. And what I normally do is when I open packs, I keep all of the players in my club. So if you guys see right here in my club, I'll go over to it right now, and you guys will see that I have a lot of players. I have 1,600 players in my club. That's because when I do pack openings, whenever I open packs, whenever I get maybe my FUT Champion rewards or my SBC rewards, I keep all the cards in my club because at some point they're going to be useful in the future. Because let's say, for example, I get a pack where I get maybe an Aston Villa player, and there's nothing to do with Aston Villa players currently available on Ultimate Team, no SBCs or anything like that. That card is not going to sell for anything. It's going to be about 300 coins or so. So I might as well just quick sell it. It's pretty pointless. Whereas if I just keep that card in my club, at some point in the future, maybe Aston Villa are going to play West Brom in a cup, or maybe Aston Villa are going to play Birmingham City in the league. It's going to be a derby. It could be in the marquee matchups, and the price could rise. Maybe there could be a past and present SBC for a particular card. I'm not sure. We had one in the past for Gareth Barry, where you needed Aston Villa players, and they went from being this card price to being about 7k or so. For people like Micah Richards. So if you guys just keep cards in your club, you guys can see here I have pages and pages. I have around about 100 pages of gold cards, and all I do is I just keep the cards in my club. And although these cards are normally worthless, if there's an SBC that needs any of these cards, their prices go up massively and you can sell them on. So it's best to just keep the cards in your club and then sell them on when their prices rise up. So if you do get any of these cards in packs, they're generally worthless, but if you just keep them in your club, at some point, some of those cards will rise up. So whenever there's an SBC, for example, if I just check in the marquee matchups, I will go and see what games there are, and then I go and check in my club if I've got any players from those teams, if I've got any players from the leagues of those teams as well. And very often their prices will go up, and you can sell them for a lot more coins than you would normally if you just sold them as soon as you packed them. So that's something that I do, which does make you a good amount of coins that often you wouldn't really make because you just sell or quick sell the cards immediately. But keep them in your club and sell them when their prices do rise, and you can make some good coins by doing that. And finally, before ending off the video, I'm going to show you guys my transfer list as I showed you earlier on, but I'm going to go into a bit more depth and show you why each player is really on my transfer list. So you can see this weekend's one to watch investments that I've sold on right here. And I've probably made around 100 to 200,000 coins on my investments there. I've sold on or removed some of them actually from my transfer list right now, just because I didn't have enough space to fit on all my cards onto my transfer list. But we're looking at around 5k on the majority of these cards. Some of them a bit more. Mustafi, I'm making about 10k on right there. People like Gagliardini, I made around 4k on that one. I sold him before the game. I kept one of them throughout the game. He scored, went up, and I made around 10k profit on him. I made around 10,000 coins on Stones, about 15k on Marquinhos. I made about 10k on PZ, about 10k I believe on Grimaldo, maybe a little bit less. About 15k on Gile, 20k on Gabbiadini. Really good profit from these cards there. But next up, actually showing you the players I've got on my transfer list. We've got 84 rated cards that I've got very cheaply that I've sent to my transfer list as good investments there. I'm just waiting for their prices to rise up. We've got players from Ireland for the St. Patrick's Day SBC. I have done a St. Patrick's Day investing video. I'll leave a link down below to that as well. We've got players from the Saudi League as Saudi League investments for a Saudi League SBC. Northern Irish players for a St. Patrick's Day SBC as well. We've got players from the Bundesliga, from some of the worst teams in the Bundesliga, for a Bundesliga SBC in the future. We've got cheap informs that I got for around 10,000 coins. Now he goes up to about 15k, this guy here, Michael Keane, because of Player of the Month. A lot of people think you may need Premier League informs, and I just normally go and get a few of the discard price informs each week, and their prices go up quite a lot. We've got some one to watch cards that I've got just waiting for them to play, for them to be able to go up in price. A lot of this guy right here, Castro, is he's an 84 rated Spanish inform who is very cheap. Again, 84 rated cards, 85 rated cards, Saudi League players, more Bundesliga players. A lot of informs I picked up. We've got quite a few one to watch cards. And I just keep these cards. We've got McGeady as an inform investment for St. Patrick's Day. He's currently, well, I don't actually know what he's currently selling for. I got him for 13k. He's now around 19,000 coins, maybe a little bit less, maybe about 18k, but that's good profit on those. And you guys can see I've got a lot of similar players that I'm just investing in. It's very easy. And yeah, you can see here I've got one to watch cards. I trade with the majority of the different one to watch cards on the game, but there's certain ones that I use more than others. People like Mali, Niang, Stones, they're my favourites. But you can make coins with any of the one to watch cards. But that's my transfer list. Those are the cards I have right there on my transfer list. Normally each weekend I go and sell on my one to watch cards that I've picked up throughout the week, and that makes me a good 100 to 200,000 coins profit normally each weekend. And almost always I sell on my one to watch investments before the player plays, as that makes me guaranteed profit. No risk of losing out, and it just makes me some easy guaranteed profit and helps increase my coin balance even more, with no kind of risk really of losing any coins. With my inform investments, I normally just pick them up, keep them in my club, and then just keep an eye on their prices on Footbin or FootWiz, and I just see when their prices go up. And once their prices have gone up a good amount and I feel comfortable with the coins I'm making, I then sell the card on. With the marquee matchup and other SBC investments, normally I just keep them in my club and then I sell them on when their prices rise. It's as simple as that, and it makes me some very good coins. And then occasionally I do trade as well, just to get some extra coins coming onto my account. If there's a brand new marquee matchups come out, I try and snipe some players who are needed for those teams to make some good profit there. If a new SBC comes out, often there are good sniping filters you can use to make good coins, but normally investing, especially one to watch investing, is how I make my coins on Ultimate Team. So this video has been a very long one. If you guys have stuck about till the end of the video, then leave a hashtag E2A in the comment section down below to let me know that you've watched the whole video, and I'll try and reply to your comment. But hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you could leave a like on it, that would be massively appreciated, as I really have put a lot of effort into this video, and I'm revealing a lot of kind of secret tips and secret methods that I've used throughout this game that's hopefully going to help you guys make a lot of coins. So as I said, leave a like. Hopefully this video has helped you out. I really hope it's going to help you make a lot of coins on FIFA 17. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.